Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Startup Company. We are in the process of just trying to, that's a contract that we would like, the 70 grand in the bank close. We're in the process of trying to get ourselves into the position to start expanding on our new software. So we're looking at upgrades. So we've upgraded a couple of points. So we're now looking to do video capturing. That's now available to upgrade, and we can also now upgrade our web uploading. And we can actually upgrade our web functionality. So we have now got everything in our live view up to a level 2. Now, if we look at our friend book, we've got that again at level 2. We're starting to see a bit of a plateau. Hype is dropping down, so maybe we should look at upgrading what we can. So let's have a look at the landing page is available, the login system's available, and mobile landing's available, mobile login's available, perfect, and the mobile functional commenting, that's perfect. Right, the sharing is not available. So we need some anti-climate modules. So where do we get that? We get that from, and I'm looking at my list of who does what, and that's done by our lead developers. So we need to get one of these guys. Here we go. Working on that, and yeah, we've got plenty. So that can be done on there. So what else are we doing? Upgrades. Where were we? So we also now need storage modules. Actually, can that be done? Yeah, it can be. Perfect. So now we want videos. So that's on our intermediate. That's on these guys, isn't it? So we want videos. Let's cancel that and chuck you onto videos. And how many do we need? So we need 75 of those. So that's going to take a while. We can do web comment functionality. What else? And right, okay. So that's all we can do for the moment. And we've got contracts out there. Low urgency. It can go. Not fussed on that. What's a missing component? What are you making? You're making email components. So we could do with. Got plenty of those. Those need that plus a UI component. So let's plonk you onto making those front end modules for a while. And it's the end of the day. Right. Okay, let me just pause this for a second. Friendbook has generated nearly $8,000 and Reddit has only generated just over 7. We've got YouTube a little bit and those other guys. So I'm thinking I'd like to simplify what I've got. So I'm going to sell all my stock. Okay, and then who else have I got? I've got YouTube there. Let's sell all that stock as well. Okay. And company profile. Oops, no, that one won't. And Daily Motion. Let's sell all that stock as well. Okay, so we've got 3 million in the bank. Is there a company that is actually likely to be able to be fully bought out to see whether we get any additional functionality? Right, okay, so looking at these, Vimeo is the smallest one. So we got valuation is 79 million. So I can buy. Right, I can buy 3 million, can't I? So let's just drop. There we go. Let's drop 222,000 shares in Vimeo. So we'll have one single notification on our shares. So basically there's 5 million 700 odd thousand shares that we could actually purchase from them. So let's just see whether we can, first of all, with those shares that are building up there, do two things. Let's see whether we can manage our balance per day so that we are actually bringing in our 30,000 without having to sell stuff. So that's what I want to do next. Low urgency, I'm not interested. Thank you very much. So these guys are all working away. These are on vacation. High urgency, let's have that one. Okay, so it's going to take me a while before I don't have to actually sell anything. But I'm thinking that, oops, there we go. Low urgency. That's the other thing I wanted to have a look at. Let me just pause it for a second. We've got a HR manager here. I want to change the schedule so everybody comes in at a certain time and goes home at a certain time. So that's everybody. So let's change everybody to an 8 to 4 roll. So everybody, oh, this is going to be a bit of a slow process, so bear with us for a moment. Okay, so we've now got everybody on an 8-4 contract. Now, I was wondering whether, let me just play this again, I was wondering whether once you started messing around with people's contracts, whether if you changed them to a standard shift pattern, whether let me just show you what I mean. If we go to Luke, so he's got a mood decrease per day. I was wondering if we'd actually changed him because he was an early bird and he'd like to finish at 3 o'clock, whether his mood decrease per day would be affected, and it wasn't. So basically, for doing an 8-hour day, all of our team have a decrease of 4%. So it's a case of there's no benefit to putting people early or having them later, etc. Unless, of course, you want to start managing your people so that one team, say these guys over here, start working early and they make all the components for another team, and that sort of process. So that's the only way that would actually work. So here we go. We've got Vimeo coming in at 8 grand, just over 8 grand, and we're bringing in just over 8, just short of 8.5 on our friend book now, and live viewers generated just short of 2,500. Now, I am not jumping to the next day on the basis that these users are growing immensely, and if I was to jump to the next day, then what that would actually do would reduce the amount of users that are actually joined it, because it just puts a stop on it. So I'm not doing that. So we have a bit of time each day to focus our contracts or focus our mind on things. So I'm going to be using that time to meditate on what I want out of the business so that we can actually be more effective. So we've got 100,000 there, and we'll accept that. We just need some network components. So let's get one of these guys off there and onto here. Why on earth I'm making compression components and that many, I don't know. Network components. Right, you're doing that's fine. Video components, that's fine. I need 70 odd. And we need, yeah, so half the team are working on those and the other half are on holiday. Perfect. Okay, so these are all waiting for work because you're pinching that. So do you know what? You can go on holiday. Yeah, you can go on holiday. Yeah. And what do I need? I need wireframe components. Wireframe components. They're done by the developers. So you guys are all on vacation apart from you. So you can stop doing that and make some wire cancel. Let him do that in the morning. Actually, yeah, I'm not fussed. Confirm switch. Yes. Right. What else have we got going on? Inventory. We've got plenty of those components. Right, okay, so we're just short of 9,000 now. So that's building up quite substantially. And what have we got? We can't deliver that. We need database components. What we're using is taking database components. Nope. That can go off auto repeat. You can go. You're making those components. So that's fine. You can carry on doing that. What are you making? You're making that, so you can cancel that auto repeat. We can't have any database components. You know what? You can go on holiday. Yeah, there we go. Right. So everybody comes in at 8 o'clock and work starts again. Right. So you're missing components again. And you're produced. Right. So you're taking those components I need. What's in there? So let's say. Oh, hang on. You need 8 wireless components for one of those. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Where am I with this contract? I now need a database. Let me just. Oop, we've got people back. Let's. No, I need those. And don't necessarily need those. You can jump onto. And you've gone home for the day. Let's switch. And who else is switching? Yeah, you can jump over, confirm. How long have I got left on this contract? Got 21 hours. Ooh. I think this is where I need to start being a bit more careful on what we're actually using. Okay, what's going on with our friend books? So we've got a bit of a hype going here. So every time we upgrade it, the hype increases. And the same here. So let's have a look at upgrades. I can upgrade the web landing. That's giving us a 10% hype. Login system. That's given us quite a bit of hype. That's given us 13%. Okay. What's our finances now? Daily is still 26,000. Last 30 days, wow. Okay. Transaction. So we brought in. Okay, 20,000 approximately. So we're nearly covering the day-to-day cost associated to running these businesses and the whole staff. So we can not complete any contracts. We can just send our guy on holiday or let him go and just basically focus on our softwares because we can't really buy anything. So are we ready to go with this? Are we 3, 4, 5, 6? Let's deliver it. Perfect. Right. So we could essentially just say, right, do you know what? I'm not going to do it, complete any more contracts. So let's have a look. High urgency. Yeah, I'll accept that one. He says, thinking, I need a database and I've got it delivered. There we go, deliver it. Perfect. So I could do that once I've got these to the 27,000. So I know I'm covering all my cost. And then just focus everybody here on completing components to build up these softwares, essentially. So I have a feeling I'm gonna. Yeah, what is your stats? Your 20,000 cost. See now that if I drop him straight away, it'll save me a proportion. Yeah, okay. So what we're needing, we've got 59% hype. Let's look at what level we can increase. So we're not there yet. We need another 20-ish of the network components. Oh, we can do live stream. Let's upgrade that. So that's knocked us straight up to 100% hype. So we can leave that there for the time being. They're at 89%, so I'm not really fussed that much about those. And we will wait for the next day. So we have just bought some more stock in Vimeo, just so that we've got no money sat in the bank, not earning us interest, whereas Vimeo will actually pay us a bit more interest, or a small fee for, yeah, what is it? It's called? It's called something. I can't remember what it's called now. Right, high urgency. That'll give us 60 grand. Let's do that, because we're still not quite there. Right, we need 2 of those file services. Backend module. Ooh. We can make that. Everybody's gone home. Perfect. And you can be declined. Right, okay, we've got a couple of marketeers here. We've been basically had them building up stupid amounts of these marketing components. I'm going to let a couple of them go, because I've got shed loads of components, so I'm going to let them go in a day or two, because that will actually save me some money. Now I noticed that the cost per day has actually increased. So if I go to my finances now, cost per day is 32,000. It was 26, and we were getting close to that. We had about 22,000 on our income yesterday. So if we look at the income, so we got 19, so that's 24,000 ish. So we were there or thereabouts getting there, but we didn't. It then jumped. So I'm not sure whether it was because I'd actually increased a facility on here or what. So by adding these functions, I think that might actually increase the cost of your service, which makes sense. That would be probably right. So yeah, so that's probably what's gone on. All right, so we have oops, let's give these people some jobs. Back end. You complete them so quickly, it's unbelievable. Right, I'm considering not completing any more contracts. So we kind of got to level 20 now. What's this? You've reached the last tier. Well done, you've reached the last tier. There'll be no more content unlocks, but the game continues running. You'll be able to play as long as you want. Remember, I'm constantly adding new content to the game. I hope you enjoy so far. Thank you very much for that, Jonas. Right, okay. Yeah, so what am I thinking? Why am I thinking this? What am I thinking? Right, okay. Look, if we look at our value here, we've got 100,000 on the actual books. We have that cost has gone up. It's gone up to 35,000 now. Okay. Why does the cost keep going up? Why are the costs going up? It's rather interesting, because the actual cost of these services isn't changing. And we're getting in, what, we're now 20, that's 19 essentially, so that's 20, that's 24,000. Okay, we need to focus on what we're doing. Right, let me think about this. So that's okay on hype, and that's okay on hype. We could upgrade a element on this. So we've got now, we could go for a level 3 of comment functionality. So that'll do for a day. Upgrades. So we're going for 3 all the way down. We need a few more of the network components. which is proving to be a bit more difficult to build enough of them. And we need a lot of these storage modules, and that is also going to be another problem. And the same, yeah, storage module. So let's see if I can make my storage modules. So I need back end, I need a file system. File systems, I think these guys make the file systems. Yeah, they do. So what are you producing? You're producing video. Let's get you focusing on file systems. And we'll get somebody else focusing on file systems as well. No email is needed. Database is close. We'll chuck you now onto file systems as well. Okay, I'll accept it. I think at day 130 I will definitely let my salesperson go. Who's working? Sounded like somebody was working. No, everybody is 8 till 4. Right, let's see what happens next tomorrow. Right, so the start of the next day, we are trying to produce enough things so that we can actually upgrade these sections here. So we're looking for this network components. We're also we can upgrade this mobile imaging, so that gives us a level 3 on that. So we've got a nice hype of 93. What we're doing on here, we're at hype 75%, so we could upgrade that. So that's 25. Let's have a look what that gave us. That gave us 15, which is good. Alright, so where we are in company size wise, we're still nowhere near where we need to be. We've bought some more shares on Vimeo. Let's just buy another 100,000 ish. There we go. Let's buy 117,000. Perfect. So how much have we got there now? We've got 3.3 million. A high urgent contract. It's middle of the night. I'm going to accept that and deliver it because it's all money. And it's not day 130 yet. Our costs 38,000. Wow. Okay, I am really wondering about these guys. So let's have a look at these. These are costing me 18,000. You're costing me 14,000. And you're costing me 16,000. So you are probably the highest skilled. No, I'm going to let go of these two guys, I think. Dismiss. Yeah. And we'll just have one marketeer now. Yeah, I'll do. So those costs should now reduce. 39,000. Okay. Alright, so we've let 2 people go, and we are still having a... Let's just go on to our costs. So our costs are still increasing. So, I'm just wondering. Right. Wonder whether we actually increase costs on a day-to-day basis for each of our salary of our employees. So let's have a look, find one person. So Maggie Hawkins, salary. No. Leanna Holt. I'm going to do one thing, 1 second. Right, I've just taken a screenshot of those costs so that I can compare those tomorrow to see what's actually really going on with them. We've got 2 more days before we need to look at firing our sales team because we don't need. Okay, so I've just, as I said, a screenshot of what things were costing us. So if we actually, no, I can't put it there. If I put it here, and I can confirm. Oh no, they're not actually, not all the same. Right, so we have got live server view hosting, that's not changed, and neither is the Friendbook server hosting, that's not changed. So we've now got Leanne Hobbs. Hang on. Yeah, Leanne Hobbs is the same. Maggie Hawkins is the same. Olivia Barnett is 547, she's the same. Dolly Rogers, she's not on there. Kenneth Ferguson, he's not on there. Okay. So, I don't know where that's going. Why my costs are increasing. I don't know. We've got another day, so let's accept that. And because that's going to be the last job I do, I'm hoping. So I need back-end components. You're producing that, so you can come off and jump onto back-end components. Okay, so we are currently bringing in approximately 26-ish thousand on our Friendbook, our live view, and then also our Vimeo sales. I've actually bought a few more shares in there just so that we didn't have too much money sat in the bank. Now we're looking at the very last contract here that we're going to be completing. So hang on, what's going on? We've got people using up those things. Let me just pause that for a moment and stop them completing those jobs. You can go on holiday actually. Idling, why are you idling? You can produce those. What are you working on? What's that? Let's take that off. Not fussed about what you're doing. You're on vacation. You're using those automatic updates. Let's knock those off. Right, okay. Let's pause it again. So we should have those components increasing now. There we go. 3, 4, 5. Deliver. Right, we're now actually letting our Kenneth Ferguson go. Dismiss. Yeah. So we're now going to try and live without completing any more contracts. So that will make a difference to our costs in the sense that we will not be bringing any more contracts in, and we need to make sure that our costs start leveling out, because that's a tough gamble. So I need to start looking at all the actual. I'll send you on holiday as well, and you can go on holiday as well. Right, okay, so I need to look at what each of these people are doing and decide whether we still need to have that many people. So like here, these designers, we don't need to have so many, I think, when we've got so much stock in. So we've brought in, yeah, just over 26,000 this time. Right, okay, so we have got do you know what? I don't necessarily need this manager here either. It's 14,000, bringing in 373. More than you. 340, so more than him. 362, so. Right, actually, do you know what? you are costing me too much and you're not managing that many people, so you can go. And we will put in your managing line here. So that should save us a few pennies on both that, so you can both produce those operating system. Perfect. And you are jumping onto, yeah, those. Right, okay. Now, I'm wondering whether my cost per day has got anything to do with those components that are being built, but I don't know. Right, our hype is dropping, so we're down to 50% on friend book, 55 on live use. So let's have a look at upgrades. We can do a live streaming on live view. Perfect. And what can we do on friend book? We can do, do not have enough CPUs. Add more servers. Okay. Oh dear me, look at that. Right, okay. So we can now add, what was I looking for? What was I looking at? It was those, but I need some network components. Right, okay, I'll have to wait for a bit for that. No, we're on level 2, aren't we? Actually, no, we can do screen capturing. We can take that up to another level. We can take that up to level 2. We can do web functionality. We can knock that up as well. Alright, so let's have a look at our finances. So we find another manager. We've got less people working for us. We've got loads of people on holiday. Finances, 33,000. Bringing in over 26,000 now, which is good. What we're doing on these guys. You're the manager. Why have I selected you? There we go. 200 odd databases. We don't need that many. Thank you very much. We could do with network components. You're doing file systems, so that can come off. And we could probably do some more back-end components. Right. Okay, so looking at day 133, we had a bank balance of 39,000. That went down to 31,000 before we actually got our income. So that tells me our wages are less than 10 grand. So where's this cost here come from? I don't know. And that's going to frustrate me. I've got no loans, so nothing's going out there. Because my money is going up. And do you know what? I think I'm going to be letting some of these guys go as well. So they're all doing wireframes. Okay. So we've got £159,000 or dollars. And by tomorrow that will jump up. Alright, so we've gone overnight. And we've jumped up from 59,000 to 71. So we're bringing in additional 12,000-ish to our outgoings. So this seriously does not make sense. So we'll see what goes on. Unless these costs don't come in until once a month or something. Do you know what? That's probably what it is. It's these costs here, and that's just balanced out. So I will get hit quite badly on one day for those, because that's the cost over 30 days. Because there's no details in here. Oh, okay, there we got paid transport contributions. Okay, that's interesting. But only one thing. Okay. We'll see what that happens. Okay, just quickly looking at the hype on these two, we're still doing well, but I'm looking at how we've got people sat around doing nothing. Now, Clayton here is the lowest base speed employee we've got under lead developers, so I'm actually going to fire him because he's not over 300, so that we can actually use these guys who are a lot quicker to produce things. Now, I have no idea what I need on here. Let's chuck them onto there. So there's basically, I've got 4 people working away here, and I don't need all 4. Not when I'm concentrating on just building up this. So what I'm thinking I might do is, let me just pause this for a second. We're still making loads of money. Let's create, we've created a social media, we've created a streaming service. Income per user. So that's our what is that classed as? New version. So that's just classed as a streaming service. So if we create a new service, we're going to go for the same framework as before, that X-arming, so it can go up to a very high level, and we're going to go to a video sharing service, and that's got live view, so that's streaming. So now we want to have vid share, and that will become our function for creating our own YouTube, as it were. So let's go for that. Let's go back. Sorry, that was primarily on web with a bit of mobile. So we go for 10 things. So we primarily want landing page, login, comment functionality, sharing functionality, live streaming, yes, chat system, video function, mobile, and what else do we want on there? So if we have as its video functionality, let's go for those functions. Create. So let's implement what we can do. All right, and okay, everything was available. So let's release. So that's going to cost us a little bit more per day. Hosting. Let's add additional CPUs, upgrades. We can go for a landing page. We want the hype a bit higher. We can't do anything there. Alright, what about video functionality? Perfect, that'll do. We'll leave it as it stands at that point. Right, okay, I still don't know what we need. So let's just play that out as it stands, because that will obviously generate some more income. So let's have a look at our, not worried about the finances. I'm thinking what I need to do is hire some more basic developers, or these guys, so they can actually create the functionalities that we want. So because we need a lot more of these components, and we are running out very rapidly on the basic components. Okay, so I've actually sold all my stocks, because what's been going on here is the cost of these shares are dropping quite substantially, and I think I was losing money. So I'm kind of just looking at it as a base of, right, I'd rather just have that money sat in the bank, and then I can deal with it as I need to, and I can hire whatever I need, etc. So I'm not going to worry about that anymore on the shares, because we don't seem to have sufficient control to see what's going on. I mean, if we look at our sales, as it were, so we're 400, just short of 500,000 now. We can see how the growth is going there. So look at hosting. Let's get some more functionality on there, so we don't run out of space. But we have visibility of what's going on. We don't seem to have that at the moment on those other competitors, and I think that would be a really good option to play around with. I mean, it's interesting there that's dropping 91% market share on video on YouTube. Okay, so just looking at the last day vid share, so it's only been going a couple of days. But its cost of hosting it is just $500 a day, and we're already making more than that. So what I'm thinking of doing is, let's make a new software. We're going to go for the Java EE on the basis that we want to have a shopping service, and we're going to go with you buy. Alright, and that's going to be predominantly 50-50, isn't it? Yeah, web and mobile. So we want web, so landing, log on, comment functionality. Don't need sharing. We need payment systems. We need that. IMP mail servers. Image uploading. We need contact management system. We don't. Do we need mobile video? I'm not sure. We don't need live streaming. We need intrusion prevention systems to protect us. And let's put the same things over here. So comment. Don't need sharing. We want that. We want payment systems. That's quite important. And we want image uploading. So let's go with that. And what can we implement out of these? So right, okay, so we've got a couple of things that we need to do. So we need more of these semantic components, and we need some more, whatever these are called, incoming request filters. So they're what we need primarily. So let's get on and build those. That's those we need. We need loads of those other pieces. So these people can stop making that. And stop making that, and stop making that, and we can pause it when it starts, and we'll start producing these components here. So you can jump, nope, yeah, you can jump onto that, and you're idling onto that. You're idling onto that. Okay, so that will give us those components. Then we need a few of these. So, right, encryption keys. Right, let's get someone to produce some encryption keys. And you're making, jump onto those. Okay, so we should be able to start making those encryption keys. Right, are you using encryption keys? You are. Let's cancel that. You've gone home for the day. Just typical. And what we're doing here, still need encryption keys. Right, okay. Okay, so we should be able to now start creating these incoming requests. That's what we need for these. So we need 20 of them. You go on repeat. So we got, yeah, we should be okay with that on repeat. And what else do we need for this? We need payment gateway module. Payment gateway module. It's that one there. So you can start making those as well. Oh, that's good. And why are you idling? You're supposed to be making those. Check you on repeat. Cool. And where are we at? We've got 7. So we can now implement the payment system. We are 2 away from releasing the next intrusion prevention system. And that'll basically protect our payments on transfers. So we need 12 more of those. Okay guys, let's just pause that for a moment. We've got a number of these that we need to purchase, need to make. So we need network components by 5, and we need to get another 12 incoming request filters. Now, one of the one of the mods that we have on here is the ability to purchase items. So we can actually go down here and hopefully, if I can see them there. What am I looking for again? That's just typical. I'm looking for the filter looking thing. So marketplace. And there we go. So we can actually buy 2, 3, 4. We can buy 12, I think. Oh no, that takes us up to 12. So if I go up to 20, and how does that work? Does that mean I've now got it? Yeah, I've now got them. So I can also now buy the network components as well, and we can release that product as well. Cool. You let us buy? Ah, no stock available. Alright, no, I can't buy that one, so I'll have to build those. You are on that, so you can come off and go back onto here. And you can come off and go onto network components. And you can come off and go onto network components. Right, so we just need... Oh my goodness me, what is going on? What's now being used? Right, let's stop this. Let's stop that. And that. So we need backend modules. So you should be able to create backend modules, which are those. It's going to need to go on automatic, and that's going to be taking those 2 functions. So you can come off there and jump onto those. Yes, I know. Encryptions. You're doing encryptions. You're doing encryptions. You're doing network, and you're doing back home. Right, okay, so let's see whether we can backend modules. Can I buy those? No. No stock. Right, we just need those back-end components completed, and we need 20 of them. Hang on, something's taking it. Let's cancel that. What are you doing? You're taking those as well, so let's forget that. You can actually start working on those instead, and so can you. And you're idling. And what have you got missing components for? You haven't got missing components, just get on with it. And now we don't have enough network components. Right. Encryption. You can come off. Jump onto there. Perfect. And encryption. Yeah, you can jump onto there. Encryption, you can jump onto there. Perfect. Right, see whether we can actually produce enough to actually get us right. Okay, so we've got enough of those. Let's cancel those. Because they are blinking quick. Right. See if we can actually build enough now so we can launch one. Right, one can go. Another one. Come on. Here we go. Implement and release. Excellent. So we now have got a video buying service. Right, let's cancel those. I don't think I need both of you here, so that's 353 for 16,000. Right, you can go. Confirm, and you can go on holiday. Okay, right. So that should start saving us some pennies. Okay, so very first day of you buy brought in $20 the revenue. So if you compare that to our other systems, so our friend book brought in just over $13,000, live view 7,200, vidshare 1,500, and you buy $20. So that's looking all really good. What we need to do is reevaluate our staffing members here. We've got a lot of people idling because basically we're only looking to upgrade our systems now. So it's a case of we're going to be starting cherry picking what we actually need so we can focus on producing the components or the modules for these components in a more specific terms. So we'll leave it there for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. That's Murphy out.